Namaste. Hey guys! So, hey guys, I'm here. Pardon my goofy ensemble here. I'm having a bad hair day. So I just said, cover it up. Alright, guys, anyways, I'm here this morning to do a tarot card reading, and I might use my pendulum as well. And I'm here to do a reading on Katelin Akens. I have actually, this is actually like maybe the 5th one I've done. The rest of them I've done in private. I do this to try to connect to a case. It was a little cold at first, and I wasn't connecting and getting a whole lot. But as time went on, actually I did a ghost box session for Katelin, and after that I have now, I believe I've very much connected to the case. So I wrote down a little bit of history on Katelin. After several of the readings I did, I went ahead and went and Googled Katelin and got like a brief synopsis of her situation, the situation surrounding her. And so I wrote it down. I'm going to read it to you guys, and then I've got some questions to ask for her. And then I'm going to tag on the end of this video the ghost box session I did for Katelin. This is an older case. This is 7 years old now. This happened in 2015 in Virginia. So I'm going to read this to you guys. After I'm done reading it, I'm going to sage, I'm going to do a little prayer, and then we'll go forward with the reading. Okay, so let me go ahead and read to you. Actually, before I even start reading this, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clear the energies. This is mainly for myself. It gives me more clarity. Removes any negative or low vibrational energies from coming in and disrupting this reading. All right. This cedar sage doesn't burn as well, but I love it. Or sorry, pine sage. Pine sage. Totally different, but almost feels more protective. So alright, so we'll leave that there. I've got some more sage too that I'm going to light, but I want to wait until I'm in the midst of my reading. Okay, so Katelin Akens, here we go. Katelin Michelle Akens, a young lady who is 19 years old, was last seen December 5th in the vicinity of Oak Crest Drive in Partlow, Virginia. She was visiting family in Spotsylvania County, Virginia, and was scheduled to fly home to Arizona on December 5th, 2015, to meet up with her fiance. However, she did not board her flight and has not been seen since. On December 7th, the Virginia Department of Transportation recovered her luggage from a roadside ditch, unzipped but almost empty and with a broken wheel and scuff marks. There was a wallet located inside the luggage with ID, plane ticket, money, everything. The only thing missing from her suitcase, it says empty, but further down in the report, it says that there was, the only thing missing from her suitcase was her high school diploma and her clothing. She left the rest of everything in there. On December 7th, oh, sorry, I did that one. Okay. Katelin had come to Virginia to visit family and meet her brand new newborn nephew. It was supposed to be a short trip, only 5 days, because she was supposed to be starting cosmetology school back in Arizona, where her fiance was waiting for her to return home. Katelin's mother had to work the day she was supposed to fly home, so she asked her ex-husband, Katelin's stepdad. Katelin's stepdad had been married to Katelin's biological father had passed away when I believe she was 3 or 6 years old, and Katelin's stepdad had helped her mother raise her and her sibling for much of Katelin's childhood. But they are currently divorced, and there was said to be a lot of verbal abuse in that relationship. So Katelin had come to Virginia to visit family and meet her brand new newborn nephew. It was supposed to be a short trip, 5 days, because she was supposed to be starting cosmetology school back in Arizona, where her fiance was waiting. Sorry, I reread that. For her to return home. Katelin's mother had to work the day she was supposed to fly home, so she asked her ex-husband, Katelin's stepdad, his name is James, who has helped raise her, and if he could give her a ride home, where he agreed. And he later told her that, where he agreed. I'm going to stop there. So Katelin's mother picked her up from a friend's house where she had stayed the night before, which is another story, but had picked her up from a friend's house and dropped her off at her stepdad's house, which is the last place she was seen. And, reiterated her flight is at 3, I believe. Her flight is at 3, so make sure you get her there by 3. The stepdad said, well, I have to go to work today, so I may have to drop her off a little bit early because I have to be at work at 3. So the plan was that he was going to drop her off a couple hours early, and she was just going to wait around for her flight. And he said that he could drop her off on his way to work. Katelin was last saw after being dropped off at his home. That's the last time she was seen. Katelin's mother received several texts from Katelin and one from her ex-husband saying he had dropped her off near a mall where she was going to spend some time while waiting for her flight, and then she was going to take the metro train to the airport. Katelin's mother reports that this is not indicative of her behavior. She's not someone who takes a train. She hadn't taken one since she was a small child, and it just seemed really weird to her that she would want to do that. And Katelin texted her fiance saying, a little bit later, Katelin texted her fiance, sorry, my writing is terrible, saying that that something had came up and she wasn't coming home. Her fiance, her name is Amber, contacted her mom, who contacted her stepdad, and he explained he had dropped her off at the Springfield Mall, which was close to the metro station, and she was going to take the metro to the airport since there was a stop at Regional Mall. Okay, I'm sorry, that's wrong. He dropped her off near Springfield Metro Station and also near this mall at 2 p.m. Katelin texted her mom. So at 2 p.m., Katelin texted her mom. Now, he says he dropped her off at 1. So at 2 p.m., Katelin texted her mom and said she was at the airport and her phone was dying, so she couldn't text anymore. Her mom responded to save the battery so she could let her know when she boarded the plane. Her phone was later found to have never been at the airport at 2 o'clock. It pinged many miles away near Stafford, Virginia, which is within minutes from her stepfather's property. And many hours later, her last text said to her mom that she was staying with a friend and needed some time alone. There's also a report that she sent her fiance a last text message stating that she had cheated on her, she felt guilty, and she wasn't coming to Arizona. So let me explain that. So the night before Katelin had to leave to catch her flight to go back to Arizona, she met up with some friends of hers, a couple, where she went back to their home or maybe met them at their home. I'm not sure on that one. And they proceeded to drink a large amount of alcohol. She had reported to another friend of hers that the boyfriend had really kind of forced the alcohol on her, gotten her really, really drunk, and the two of them kind of forced themselves upon her, and they ended up having a threesome. The next day she woke up, she was very upset that it happened. She felt very guilty she had cheated on her girlfriend, and she was crying all day long over it, and confided in a longtime friend of hers how bad she felt and how she kind of felt like she'd been taken advantage of and forced into a situation that she woke up having a lot of regret about. Okay, so there's that. An investigation of all the cameras at the metro station, the mall area, and the airport, there was no sighting of her anywhere there. There was also no sighting of her stepfather's car in any of these places or anything like that. Katelin's stepfather was initially cooperative, but later refused a polygraph or to give up the password to his phone, which is very encrypted. It has some major security on it. The investigation is ongoing, but has grown cold, but is still active. It's been 7 years. Caitlin's family and friends describe her as a sweet, funny, loving girl who is very book smart. She graduated 2 years early. Katelin met a girl named Amber in grade school, where they became friends. Amber moved away to Arizona when she was 11 years old. So they lost touch for several years, but met back up as young adults and they stayed in touch, but they weren't they lived far apart. So they kind of were pen pals, but they stayed in touch with each other, but they didn't see each other for many years. Met back up as a young adult and became a couple. And where Katelin then moved to Arizona to be with Amber, and then they later became engaged. Katelin was college bound and had her whole life ahead of her. She was excited to start a new life and wanted to be happy and successful, as she had had a hard childhood and wanted to prove that she could rise above it all. She was ambitious and wanted to create a beautiful life with Amber. Okay, that is that. Now I have a couple pages of questions here that I'm going to explore using the tarot cards and my pendulum and this little guy right here that goes with me everywhere I go. Alright, so I'm going to set that there. And I'm going to do a good saging real quick first. Let's do a real good saging. I'm asking that only beings of love and light, high vibrational beings of love and light, are to participate. Only beings of high vibrational love and light are to participate in this here and now moment. I am asking for the divine to come in, place a protective blue shield of light around me as I do this reading. Please help me to make sure that no low-lying, low-energetic, negative energies are to participate or try to throw me off. And I'm asking for please to help me bring through clear and precise answers using the tarot, using the pendulum, and using my third eye. Only beings of love and light, only high vibrational beings of the light are allowed in this reading. And I'm asking my spirit guides, my ancestors of the light, I'm asking the angels, all of you, to please work with the divine and to help get some answers for Katelin Akens, as she's been missing now for 7 years and deserves to be found. Only beings of high vibrational love and light are allowed to participate. Okay, and we'll leave that guy going there. Okay, I'm going to use this again, so I'm going to set that there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is my singing bowl. The singing bowl clears out all the negative energies and brings the vibration down to me in a way where I can be open and receptive to spirit communication and messages. So I suggest that you put your fingers in your ears, turn your volume down a minute. This guy is a little bit loud. So we're going to play the singing bowl now, and I'm going to ding it, and then I'm going to play it. All right, here we go. Okay. Woosah. That always it just clears the energy and makes it feel so thin, and I love it. Okay. All right, so let's say a little prayer for Katelin. Dear Divine, source of all I come to you with love and nothing but pure intentions of love and high vibrational energy. I come to you asking for my beautiful team that work with you, Divine, my angels, my ancestors of the light, my spirit guides, all of my loving, unconditionally loving team. I'm coming to you now. I'm asking you to please help me get some answers for Katelin Michelle Akens. Katelin is missing and her family is in pain. They need answers. I ask of you, divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors of the light, to please protect me and my family and anyone watching this video. Protect us from anything negative or low vibrational. Remove those things. Protect us from any witchcraft or dark arts or malintentions or any kind of weapons meant to prosper against us. Please send those things back to their origin immediately. I thank you, Source. I thank you for the beautiful gift that you give me and the abilities that you instow upon me, so that I may do this work with nothing but pure loving, unconditional loving intentions. I thank you for the ability to have the heart that I do, that I share it and use it for the good, for the light. I ask that you protect my family, my friends, anyone watching this video, with your divine grace and through your Son, Jesus' name. I thank you. Amen. Okay, I'm going to move this guy out of the way a little bit. And this here is a stick of sage incense, and we'll let that guy burn. And I'm going to do a little Palo Santo on over here on my cards. It also neutralizes the energy. Is it gonna go dead on me? You guys, I spent 20 minutes looking for this before this video and it's empty. What do you know? Okay, so here I'm just gonna put do a little Palo Santo on my cards here. And I asked, in this here and now moment, only beings of high vibrational love and light are allowed to participate and send me messages through my cards. Only beings of high vibrational love and light. Okay. All right, now that I got all the stuff done. All right, so we're going to start off with an archangel. So we need to find out which archangel that the divine feels would be most helpful for us in this here and now moment regarding this reading. Oops. Look at that. I found a random card inside these cards. I actually think I need to grab that. Like, that seems important. Oh, okay. So what this is it's a little prayer card from a deck that I didn't plan on using today, but I'm going to read it anyways. So it says, from Archangel Michael, you're on the right path. The prayer is, Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I can easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and confidence to make helpful life changes. That's awesome. We'll just go ahead and set that right there. I feel that was meant to be in this reading. All right, so it's not a coincidence. There is no such thing as coincidences. That's not a coincidence that that was just randomly in this deck of cards that I pulled out of the box right before this. Okay, oops, that's too many. We only want one. I think what I'm going to do is cut it and grab the bottom. Crystale. Okay, so we got Crystale. And I am going to read, oh, and it's card number 36. 36. So I'm going to read on Crystale. Okay. Crystale is the archangel of peace. There is a reason Archangel Crystale's name sounds like Christ. For this angel's name could literally be translated as Christ of God. Crystale is the angel charged with bringing peace, especially when peace comes in the form of harmlessness. He reminds us that if we act from a place of harmlessness, we are then less likely to attract harm and can, therefore, find it much easier to trust that we will be kept safe. This pure and mighty being is an angel of the ethereal pearlescence white light. So this is an angel of the white light. I asked for high vibrational beings. That's what I got. Which is made up of all the colors of the spectrum. The rainbow is a symbol of promise. So the message here is one of the promise of peace and the promise that we can choose to live out our soul's purpose if we so wish. Crystale is therefore an angel of hope. Like Gabriel, he works closely with the energy of Christ and can help awaken his consciousness, this consciousness within you, enabling you to feel unconditional love towards your fellow human beings and understand that everything in existence is connected. He is associated with the re-emergence of the divine feminine and activates the secret codes of the sacred heart in all who are ready. Crystale's message today is one of liberty or liberation from the belief that we are only living a 3D existence. He says we can now detach from everything we think we know as human beings. Depicted as Yeshua, Jesus, in this card, he wants us to recognize our divinity and so we can co-create our lives. Then we can attain peace for the entire human race. Okay, so the message is, I'm going to hold it up while I read it, okay? A more peaceful time is coming to you. You have worked hard to create peace in your life and the lives of others. Trust that as you do no harm shall come to you. That is amazing. So that is a very protective archangel, which leads me to believe, and he brings peace, which leads me to believe that there was some discord in this situation. There was a lot of discord. Somewhere in this energy, I feel that there was some volatility. There was a lot of volatility. I've gotten several flashes, which have actually resulted in the questions that I have here. Some of them. In one of the flashes I received, I did see a man just red-faced, very angry, screaming, one of those type of situations where you couldn't get a word in edgewise. This man just went on and on and on and on. And in my flash, I see small children that are very scared and looking very frightened. I feel like there was possibly, some verbal, if not physical abuse that was taking place in Katelin's childhood at the hands of her stepfather. So I do feel that, and I feel like Archangel Crystale is here to kind of neutralize that energy, which could very well take over this reading. But I feel like he's here to neutralize that energy so that we can move beyond the volatile energy and get some clear answers. So Archangel Crystale, you are so very welcome, and I thank you for joining us. Okay. So I think I'm going to start with a overall energy. I'm going to get a oracle card from the Earth Magic Oracle, and I think I'm just going to start with a overall energy for this reading. Just an overall basic baseline type energy as far as what happened to Katelin Akens. Okay, what happened to Katelin Akens? I'm asking my spirit guides to come through using this oracle card deck. Can you give me a basic baseline energy on what happened to Katelin Akens? Please give me a basic baseline energy on what happened with Katelin Akens. That's not going to work. It's like 10 of them. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see what we got. Set this here. Creation. Dreamtime creation. So there was something created. There was a story that was created. There was a plot line that was actually created. It wasn't something that actually happened. It was created. So there was a story created. There was a it was a lie, but there was a story. There was there was something created here. Let's read that one real quick. Do I have it? Okay. What is the number on this card? There's no number. Okay. let's see what the overall energy means by creation. I feel like there was something created here. Dream time. 53. Okay. I'm so far away from you guys, so it's hard for me to hold them up, but there you go. Okay, so for the Aborigines in Australia, the dream time is a place before time, outside of time, in which ancestral spirit beings came to Earth and gave all of life its form. Once the work was done, these spirits remained in the very forms they created, including the animals, hills, stars, and other features of the land, and continued to be present today. The dream time is an individual's or a group's spiritual template, including songs and stories that have been handed down for at least 60,000 years. Although Aborigines would say that they've existed since the beginning of time, in one such tradition there's a creation story involving the didgeridoo. I know that's an instrument, a didgeridoo. There we go. It's an Australian instrument. The word is sung into existence. Note, the various beings and colors and structures of the land that are being created all carry spirit that has been breathed into them. Let me look at this. I'm looking for the land. There may be turtles, minnows. I don't know what the land looks like around the area where she came up missing, but on one side I see a lot of faces kind of looking in from the side. I see flat land, and I see someone playing a didgeridoo, and coming out of the didgeridoo is like a bunch of nonsense stuff just coming out of it. And this didgeridoo is coming out of his mouth. And from coming out of his mouth at the end of the didgeridoo is all these random things. Yeah, all these random looking things. And then off to the side, there is a lot of people watching the man. So I'll show you. So like I said, I still feel this is a story about when Katelin was last seen. Feels to me like it was created. It was created. It wasn't just explained, it was actually, the whole situation was a creation from somebody. And I really feel strongly about that. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward with my questions. And the first question I have, and I think I'm going to start, I've got several tarot decks here. I kind of went with what Katelin's spirit kind of directed me to. And I think I'm going to start with the Crystal Visions for this question. Okay. So the first question I have is, did Katelin make it to the airport? Did Katelin ever make it to the airport? Did Katelin ever make it to the airport? Did Katelin ever make it to the airport? I might need a different deck. Oh, there it is. Okay. I actually got the Seven of Pentacles. There's the Seven of Pentacles, which is patience, hard work, delayed success, and waiting. But I got it in reverse, which means, to me, that means no, because she was supposed to go to the airport, be dropped off by her father or stepfather, and then her stepfather was going to leave and go to work. So she would have to have spent some time waiting for the airplane to go. So in reverse, this tells me there was no waiting period. There was no waiting period. No, that's a no. I believe she did not make it to the airport. That's a no. And I'm going to ask another tarot deck here. This is the Crystallis. Did Katelin make it? Let me shuffle a little bit here. Did Katelin make it to the airport? Did Katelin ever make it to the airport? Okay, we get the Page of Stones. In this tarot, the stones represent the pentacles, and the page would be a patient kid, a new job, a raise, a money, news. So, yes, she was supposed to be starting school, which would be like a new job. That's true. She was supposed to start a new job. So, okay. Okay. Did Katelin decide she didn't want to go to school? Did she decide she didn't want to do this new job? Did she decide that did she change her mind? Did Katelin change her mind about going to school? Okay. We've got the Ace of Mirror. This is a yes for me. Mirror is cups. New baby, relationship, marriage proposal. I asked if she changed her mind, and this is the Marriage card. So maybe she decided she didn't want to, maybe she was having second thoughts or cold feet about her relationship. Oh, okay. Did Katelin change her mind? Then I get the Sun card, but it's in reverse. Sun card would generally be a big whopping yes. No. She did not change her mind. It came in reverse. She did not change her mind. Oh. Then I got the Knight of Stones, which again, the stones are the pentacles, which it says illusionist. Okay. Now, the Knight of Stones is regularly a reliable person, a patient, hardworking person. But in this tarot, they're calling him an illusionist. So there was an illusionist that came into the picture. Or maybe the plan she was telling her family wasn't true. But I think it was corroborated by her fiance. Okay. I'm going to ask what is this called again? The Mystic Dreamer Tarot one more time. Did Katelin change her mind? Did she decide she didn't want to go home? Did Katelin change her mind and decide she didn't want to go home? I got the Wheel of Fortune. So, the Wheel of Fortune is good fortune, a turning point, good luck, coming into money, coming into happiness, luck. No, I think that I don't think that she changed her mind. I think this is a no. I think that she kind of had everything going for her. She had a good plan in action, and it was just supposed to be a quick visit to go meet her nephew, and she was supposed to go home and carry on with her plan. So that's the answer to that question for me. So I'm going to set those there. All right, so the next question. Okay. I'm going to use this tiny tarot, steampunk tarot. I actually love it because it's so easy to work in my hands. Okay, so, but it is hard to shuffle. I will say that. It's kind of hard to shuffle these. Okay. The next question. Why didn't she get on the plane? Ooh, dang, that one flew right out. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, 8 of Wands. I know it's tiny, guys. 8 of Wands. So, the 8 of Wands is speed, quick action. It is a change, a fast, something that just comes in out of nowhere, and something happened. There was something happened. Something happened, suddenly happened, that kept her from getting on the plane. There was something that came, and it happened fast, and it came in, and it just created complete change. Okay? What happened? What happened that kept her from getting on the plane? What happened that kept her from getting on the plane? Ooh, okay. We've got 6 of Wands. So 6 of Wands would be victory, award, recognition, good news, success. And the feeling I get off this is I feel like there was something came in with the change. Something, someone was successful in creating this change. Someone was successful in making this quick action happen. They came in. They were so why was there a change? Someone was victorious in making this change, making this thing happen. Someone was yeah, someone was successful at making this, at bringing about this fast change. Okay, let me try Chrysalis again. What was this change that brought success to somebody? So we get the Pilgrim, which is the Page of Scrolls, and scrolls in this tarot is swords. So a curious kid, a gossip, spies, prying eyes, the truth. I get a feeling, and I'll just be straight up, I get a feeling that there was someone who did not like Katelin's sexual orientation or her lifestyle. And they wanted her to change her lifestyle. There's some truth to that. That's what I'm hearing. That's true. That's true. Okay. The Pilgrim. Yeah, there was somebody that was very uncomfortable with her lifestyle. They wanted her to be traditional. They wanted her to be normal. They didn't like her lifestyle and they wanted to change it. And they thought maybe they could change it. Thought maybe they could bring back their acceptable version of her is what I'm feeling. Oh, then we get the Weaver, which is the Queen of Swords. So yeah, she was a self-sufficient person. She was an honest person. And she was just trying to break away from an abusive situation and rise above it. She was a hard worker, very hard worker. You know, she was studious and she was kind. But she was very honest about, you know, who and what she was, and she didn't try to hide it from anybody. I feel like somebody did not like that. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, so honestly, the answer is she didn't get on her flight because there was a fast, quick action that happened. Something happened that changed the situation. And why this happened, why she didn't get on the flight, I believe that there was a situation that took place regarding her, stemming from her sexual orientation not being accepted by somebody. Okay. So the next one. Okay. Did she leave with someone? Did she leave with someone other than her stepdad? Did she... Well, okay, I'm going to do this one. I'm sorry. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to do the next one. Okay. Did her stepdad drop her off at... He says that he dropped her off at a mall where she could waste, you know, the 2 hours before her flight and then take the metro train up to the airport. So, did James, was her stepfather's name, by the way, James. Did James drop... Okay. Okay, did James drop Katelin off at the mall? Did James drop Katelin off at the mall? Ooh, okay. So we got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a resourceful person, domestic. So, okay. Resourceful person, domestic. Now, there's no sex in the tarot, but what I'm feeling off that is no. Somebody domestic, which could be her stepdad, and resourceful. He's the one with the car, the promise to give her a ride. Did she leave with someone? No, I'm sorry, that was the wrong question. Did he drop her off at the mall? A resourceful person. I think that the answer to that is no. That resourceful individual was making up a story. He's resourceful. He's capable of lies. He's capable of making up a story because there was no one there to see it with their own two eyes. Also, though, I'm picking up on this card a motherly energy. I'm picking up a paternal grandmother of sorts, a motherly energy on the father's side. I'm picking up a motherly energy. So I don't know if James was close with his mother or lived with his mother, maybe. Somehow the mother of James, the stepdad, is involved. Okay, is James' mother involved? Ooh, yes. Okay, so we get 7 of Swords. Seven of Swords is theft, betrayal, lies, dishonesty. I feel like that the mother, somehow the mother to James is involved in this. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe, I'm really getting a lot of goosebumps and a lot of the static, that I get like a static electricity feeling around me when I'm touching in on something. Let's do an oracle card to validate. Is the mother of James, the stepdad, involved in any way, shape, or form in Katelin's disappearance? We're not going to do 10. Is the mother of James, the stepdad, involved in Katelin's disappearance in any way? Is the mother involved? Is the mother involved? I'm not getting an answer out of that deck, so I'm going to try another one. This is the wisdom of the hidden realms. Is the mother... Ooh. Yeah, I had the wrong deck. Oh, wow, you guys. So I pulled the Wise Woman of Wonderland, Integrity, and Compromise. That's a big fat whopping yes for me. Yes. The Wise Woman of Wonderland is his mother. I'm sorry about that. My phone died on me. I may have to do this reading in a couple parts. I know I'm already pretty far into it, but time-wise, but I will be, doing a part 2 if I have to. Okay, so the Wise Woman of Wonderland, Integrity and Compromise. She compromised her integrity. I believe that she is involved in a way. Somehow, she's involved, okay? All right, so there's the answer to that question. So I'm going to put that there. I always go back and when I'm done with the reading and I write down all the cards I got. So what I do is I keep, for each question, I keep the pile of cards I got, and then I'll put this one sideways on top, and I'll go back and I write down, just to keep track for further reference if need be. Okay, the next question. I'm going to pull this up on here. Okay, there was a report that Katelin stayed with a friend the night before her mom dropped her off at her stepdad's house. Did these people, this man and woman, this guy's name was Kevin, I don't know what the woman's name was, did they have anything to do with her disappearance? Did Kevin and his girlfriend that she had spent the night with the night before, did they have anything to do with Katelin's disappearance? I just got a flash. Yeah. She was pretty inebriated. She really was just kind of taken advantage of. She was pretty inebriated. She was pretty out of it. Okay. Did they have anything to do with it? We got 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is giving, receiving, help, generosity. I don't think so. I do not think so. I don't think they had anything to do with it. I think that they... Honestly, I think that they felt bad at her reaction to the whole thing. Like, they felt regret. I feel like they felt regret for having put her in that position. Generosity. No, I don't think so. I don't think they had anything to do with it, but I will ask a different deck. Let's do the crystal. Okay. Did Kevin and his girlfriend... Okay, I didn't even get to finish, but we got 4 of Pentacles. So, 4 of Pentacles is greed, desire for long-term security, greed, desire for long-term... Now, I think that what this is saying is that those people really, they didn't really care about her. They really didn't have much feelings for her, even though it said that they were friends. It was all about just kind of using her in the moment. I really feel that. But I don't feel like that it went anywhere further than that. They were able to kind of persuade her to do something out of her own character. So in a channeling session I did for Katelin, she kind of explained to me, showed me how she had left from some place where she was visiting her sister and the baby to visit these friends. She did not have the intention of, I don't think she had the intention of drinking while she was there, but it was kind of pushed on her. And before she knew it, she kind of had lost control of herself. So she didn't really want to participate, but she just kind of went along with it in that state of mind. She wasn't able to really stop it from happening. In my channeling, I kind of seen her trying to say no to these people, but she still went along with it. The next day, she was really upset because she had cheated on her girlfriend. So she was really, really upset about it. When she woke up, she was very upset, and she felt very guilty, and she was very upset about it. And these people were like, oh shit, like, is she gonna tell on us? Is she gonna say something? Are we gonna get in trouble? And they tried to kind of console her and tell her it was okay, nobody had to know. I mean, this is what I was saying. And she just wanted to get away from there. I think she called her mother, because I saw her mother coming and picking her up, and she was standing on a street corner waiting for her mother and getting in the car. And she was just very anxious to leave there. So I don't think these people had anything to do with it, other than I pick up on them kind of forcing her without forcing her to do something she didn't really want to do, and they kind of took advantage of the I'm going to use a different deck. I'm going to try this one. So but I don't believe that they had anything to do with it. Did the people that Katelin had her indiscretion with, did they have ill intent towards her at all? Did they have ill intent as far as the next day after the fact? Did they have ill intent after the fact? Did they have ill intent after the fact? Okay. Oh, I see another one. Oh, two more turned around. Okay, let's check these out. All right, so, oh wow, there's actually 4. Okay, so the first one we get is the Page of Wands. It's so tiny, I'm sorry. So, Page of Wands is an active kid, a new project, a creative idea. Yeah, this was not something that she did on the regular. This was something out of her character. This idea was created by somebody else. I think this guy really just wanted to see if he could get her to go do a threesome. And then we get the 4 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands is like a homecoming, celebrations, family, friends. So yeah, that makes total sense. A creative idea with friends. The next one we get is 9 of Cups. So yeah, there was some drinking. Look at all those cups. They're at a bar scene. 9 of Cups. Wishes come true. So they got what they wanted. They got the threesome. They did get her to do what they wanted her to do. And then we get the 7 of Cups upside down, in reverse. I'm not going to read it in reverse because I feel like it should have came out straight. The 7 of Cups is, having too many choices, having, and it's also commitment issues. So this happened. It was a choice that she made, although she didn't really want to, and it caused her to have some commitment issues with her girlfriend. So but I don't think. I honestly don't think. Did Kevin and his girlfriend have anything to do with, just one more time, did Kevin and his girlfriend have anything to do with Katelin's disappearance? Did Kevin and his girlfriend, okay, I got it. we got the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and withholding. And it's card 20. So for me, this is actually a no. This card is about giving, taking, receiving, not withholding, not holding back. I think that this was just all about just a sexual indiscretion. I don't think it went any further from there. And I'm gonna leave it at that on that question. Okay, let me see how much time I've left. Okay, I think I have enough time for one more. Okay. James had said that he had to drop her off early to get to work by 3 p.m. But he didn't show up to work that day after. So why didn't James show up to work? Why didn't James show up to work that day that That's the only thing about working with tiny cards is it will spit a bunch out, and we've got a lot. But this might be the story, so let's check it out. Okay. The first one we got is the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, new job, new income, new promotion. This is the job card. Okay, so we got that. So why didn't he show up for his new job? So we got the job there. Then we got Judgment. There was something he was afraid he would be judged for if he had showed up to work. Yeah, Judgment is about clarity. Maybe he thought someone would question him. A final decision. It can be about a final decision. It could be a wake-up call. Judgment can be a wake-up call. Judgment can be your life's purpose even. There was something he was afraid that he would be judged for. Or there was he was afraid that there was going to be a truth that came out. A judgment is a final decision. So there was a final decision made about this job. You know, he never went back to that job ever after that. Then we've got 9 of Wands. So sorry, they're so tiny. So 9 of Wands is maintaining boundaries. Okay, he didn't go back to that job. He had to maintain boundaries because something would have been called into question. Then we've got the 4 of Cups, which is feeling unfulfilled. It could be a surprise thing happening. Apathy, indifference. He didn't care. He didn't care. He didn't care about that job. And then we've got the Magician. And the Magician is creativity, turning visions into reality, inspired action. So he didn't go to his job because something happened that he was afraid he would get caught for, or he was afraid he would get in trouble for. He didn't go to his job because something new came up. Something new came up. So let's explore that a little bit further. Okay, let's ask again. Why didn't James make it to work that day? Why didn't James make it to his job that day or ever again after? Why didn't James go to work that day? Again, we get the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, a self-sufficient person. A totally honest person. The last time I pulled Queen of Swords, it was for Katelin. It was describing Katelin. Why didn't he go to work that day? Because he was dealing with the Queen of Swords. A self-sufficient person who is totally honest, who is has a beautiful heart, independent. This person can take care of themselves. It's a strong person. She fights for what's right. She holds the sword, so she's very can protect herself. Something happened with that. I'm gonna ask one more time. Why didn't he go to work? Okay, how about this? Did he miss work because of Katelin? I just had one flip over on the bottom. Two of them. Oh shit. Okay. Wow. Okay, so the first one is, it's actually in reverse, but it is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a feisty person, kind of narcissistic. They are very self-assured, very confident. They know everything. They know more than you do. Um, they're feisty. They're a feisty person, and like I said, I'll say it again. There's no sex in the tarot, but this does represent a narcissistic individual. Okay. Then we've got the Eight of Swords, which is bound and tied to a situation. Self-imposed restrictions, isolation, imprisonment. Wow. Was Katelin imprisoned? Was Katelin locked up somewhere? And that's why he didn't go to work? Was Katelin locked up somewhere? Three of Cups. Friendship, celebration, circle of support. Circle of support. He would have been in her circle of support. Three of Cups is a yes. He couldn't go to work because Katelin was being bound or kept somewhere. All of this is for entertainment purposes only. This is for educational research and entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is drawn off my own intuition and what my interpretation of the cards and the spirit messages I receive in my head. I just want to put that out there right now because I forgot to give that disclaimer in the beginning of my video, but as long as it's on here somewhere, that's all that matters. Okay, I'm going to switch here and go to Crystallis. Was Katelin being held against her will? Was Katelin being held against her will? Again, I got a chunk of cards, and I'm just going to go ahead and read them. All right, the first one. Nine of Mirrors. In this deck, Mirrors is the Cups. That would be wish come true, material abundance, good health. Wish come true. Okay. Oh, wow. Then we've got the Courtier, the Knight of Spirals, which would be Pentacles. A reliable person, patient, hardworking person. Some hardworking, reliable person, by the way, James, still remained the stepfather and was reliable as far as helping Lisa, her mother, out with the girls. She had a sister. And he was still reliable in the fact that after the divorce, he maintained a stepfather relationship with her. So wishes came true for the stepfather. Four of Scrolls would be Four of Swords. Retreat, rest, renewal, solitude, recovery. Was he trying to talk her into staying there? Then we get the Ace of Swords, which is new ideas or conflict. Maybe he was trying to talk her into staying there with him. Then we get the Poet, which is the King of Scrolls, which is the King of Swords. An intentional leader, a strategic thought. Maybe he was trying to get her to stay with him. And then we get Five of Stones, which is Five of Pentacles, which is ill health, poverty, worry, isolation, loss. Maybe he was trying to isolate her. I feel like he had her somewhere. He couldn't go to work because he had to okay, this is for entertainment purposes only, period. He couldn't go to work that day because he had to figure out what to do with Katelin. Or something. He was dealing with Katelin in some way, shape, or form. And he couldn't go to work because of it. Okay, I'm going to end this one here because I have already gone over an hour. I will come back with part 2 here in just a moment. I've got to clean my phone out because it's telling me I only have like a minute left with recording time. So I still have a ton of questions. I really only got like a third of the way into them, so I will be back. Please join me in part 2 for Katelin Akens. Thanks for watching. Namaste.